Visualization, when done in the right way, can be the absolute key to manifesting your heart's desire. Let's take a look. This video is part of the Reprogram Your Subconscious Mind series focused on unlocking the power of visualization. In this video, we'll look at the brain's response to imagined versus real life experiences, Bob Proctor's visualization success technique, the scientific evidence that supports visualization through mirror neurons, and what the Mandukya Upanishad has to say about visualization and the power of Om to create your reality. Stay tuned till the end because I will offer a little guided visualization to help you manifest your goal. In the last video, we talked about how emotion and belief strongly influence the subconscious mind. So changing your belief changes the results. And emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. So when we're utilizing the power of visualization, be sure that you're including the emotional component. So when the brain is imagining an experience, there's actually no difference in what's happening in the brain activity when you're imagining versus actually living this real life experience. So the same parts of the brain are lighting up as if you're actually doing the thing that you're imagining. This is supported by scientific research. So here it talks about a study on mental practice that shows that imagining a physical activity can strengthen the neural pathways and improve performance just as effectively as physical practice. So another study said, imagine piano practice produces the same neural changes as the physical practice itself. Take a look at these brain scans. On the left, you're seeing an imagined experience, and on the right, the real experience. Yes, the right side, the parts of the brain are slightly expanded, but you see that the parts of the brain that are activated in the imagination, in the visualization, are the same parts of the brain that are highlighted in the real life experience. So imagine if you practice this skill of visualization and how powerful this could be to really rewire the neural pathways in your brain. It's incredible. Here's a quote from Bob Proctor. Everything starts with a picture in your mind. Hold it long enough and it will materialize. So what is his idea of visualization? Well, he teaches that visualization is about creating a clear mental image of your goal and holding it with faith and emotion. In the next video, we'll talk more about faith. Let's focus here on how to visualize. So here's an example, visualization of financial freedom or professional success, which is what he talks about in his book, You Were Born Rich. Here's the steps. Envision your goal clearly. Add emotional intensity to your vision. So feel as if it has already happened. How would you feel in this visualization, in this real life experience of your dream fulfilled? Then reinforce this image daily through repetition. And it may be challenging at first to visualize yourself and imagine the emotions that you would feel in this goal or in this dream that hasn't happened yet. But I promise you, with consistent effort, with practice, it will get easier and easier to place yourself there in that dream fulfilled. So here's how it works. So mirror neurons are specialized brain cells that fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform it. So, for example, a baby will recognize an emotion in its mother's face. So, if it's about to crawl into danger, for example, the mother's face will be reflected in the baby's brain, and the mirror neurons will tell it, oh, danger, don't do that thing, right? And so here's some more research to support this. So mirror neurons are the basis of learning and empathy, supporting the idea that visualization actually tricks the brain into experiencing success. So what do we do with that? You can imagine yourself succeeding with the faith that it is going to happen, that it has already happened. Because when you imagine yourself in that state of success, you're actually activating these neurons and creating a mental rehearsal for the real life action. So those parts of the brain are lighting up, are firing, are connecting the neural pathways that are needed for it to actually happen. You might have heard that Olympic athletes use this very same technique to imagine, to visualize their event going exactly the way that they want it to go. So why not use it in the practical application of your life? So visualization creates a mental simulation. Let's take a look. So here are some neurons firing, right? So you can see these are a bunch of different neurons connecting.
Neurons talk to each other using both electrical and chemical signals. Messages start as electrical signals traveling rapidly down a neuron. These signals are called action potentials. When they reach the gap between two neurons, the messages need some help to get across. The information is transformed from an action potential into a chemical message, which crosses the gap called a synapse. The release of those chemical messengers can...
So right here is really where the magic happens. So you can see this transfer of hormones across from one to the next. And so originally there's a gap here. So this is you creating a new habit, you creating a new pathway for whatever your imagined goal is, whatever your dream fulfilled is.
Trigger an action potential in the neuron on the other side of the synapse, conveying the message onward. Or it can quiet the message.
So here is where you break the bad habits, right? So if the neurons are not firing continuously and creating those new pathways, then the pathways break down. So this is how we break unhealthy habits and how we create new healthy habits.
This happens over and over and over. And with repeated activity, the synapse gets stronger. So the next message is more likely to get through. That way, neurons learn to pass on important messages and ignore the rest. This is how our brains learn and adapt to an ever-changing world.
So there you have it. So this is exactly how the neurons, the neural pathways connect with each other in order to make that dream a real life reality. So here's information from the Mandukya Upanishad. So the mind acts as a bridge between thought and manifestation. So the mind, so you're holding this image, this thought in your mind, which is literally creating a vibration that starts to move outward through your thoughts, through your words, and through your actions. So in the Mandukya Upanishad, the word Om is described in a lot of detail. So Om represents the vibration of creation and of the entire universe. So Om, when chanted, is a healing vibration. And so just like sound vibration moves from its original source outward in all directions, so does Om and the way that the entire universe was manifest and created. And so visualization is the mental equivalent of projecting a vibration that aligns with your desired reality. So when you're holding a visualization, you are creating a blueprint in your mind for the ripple of vibration that you're aligned with, that you are actively choosing to align with and manifesting and creating as a creator into the physical, into the material world. So another place that visualization is used is in yoga nidra, where practitioners can transcend these mental impressions. So through yoga nidra, we're actually using visualization to heal and transcend limiting beliefs, limited patterns, karmic impressions that are in the subconscious mind. So this is another place where visualization is used. Again, visualization is the bridge. So visualization, the bridge, so that bridges the gap between belief and action by creating a mental blueprint for success. So the more you sit and imagine the future, the more you sit and imagine yourself feeling the way you want to feel, right? Sit and imagine yourself, visualize yourself, how it feels to be healthy, to be successful, to be in love, to be part of a community, whatever it is that you are moving towards in your life, the more you sit in that vibration, the more that vibration is going to align with you. So let's practice this. Take a moment to get comfortable. We're going to do a visualization to imagine your goal fulfilled. So sit comfortable, lift up your hips if possible, maybe place a bolster or a pillow under your knees. You can lie down if that feels better, whatever's most comfortable for you in this moment. As you feel ready, you can close down the eyes and start to turn the gaze inward. Notice the physical body. Tune into the skin across the physical body. Notice if you're holding any tension there, scrunching the eyebrows, pursing the lips, and invite the skin to soften and heavily drape across the face, the shoulders, the chest, the belly, the low back. Feel the skin drape across the hips, the legs, the feet. Now go deeper just below the skin. Notice the blood moving through the veins, the warmth of the inner body. Begin to tune in deeper now to the muscles. Invite them to liquefy around the bones. Then go deeper and tune into the bones. Notice how heavy they are. Relaxed, heavy. The entire body surrendered into this place right here, this time, right now. Now notice the touch and the feel of the natural breath as a lightness comes over you. Notice the breath on the upper lip, the nostrils, the nasal passages. And as you reach the nasal passages, tune into the space right above the roof of the mouth. Tune into the inner eye. Imagine there's a tiny version of you on the inside center of the head. It's the place where if the eyes were looking backward at a single point, the place right between the ears and above the roof of the mouth. Tune into this place. A tiny version of you standing on the roof of the mouth. Good. Now move away from that and just notice the heart center. Notice the place where the breath touches in the chest. And notice a specific heart's desire, a goal, a dream, a wish. Let it arise from the heart center. Trust whatever comes first. Allow it to feel light as it starts to float up through the throat, into the center of the head, and onto a screen in front of where that tiny version of you is standing in the center of the head. Notice this dream, this wish, Start to visualize. Notice what you can see. If there are people around you, objects, nature. Begin to fill the scene in with color, brighten it up. Look around. Imagine turning up the dimmer switch to brighten it up even more. Notice if there are any sounds present. You can hear people talking, or you can hear an inner voice, sound of birds. Notice what you can hear. And finally, notice this felt sensation. Notice how you feel as you see this image. Notice how you feel. This tiny version of you that's standing in the center of the head, watching the screen of the mind, start to walk forward and place yourself in the middle of this vision. See it as though it's happening right now. Feel into the emotions, the joy, the pride, the gratitude, as if you're already there and it's already happened. Now turn up the dimmer switch on these emotions. Feel even more grateful, more proud, more joyful, accomplished. Keep turning up the dimmer switch on these emotions. Feel them with every cell of the body. Continue to see, hear, and feel this vision. Hear yourself saying, I am capable, confident, and achieving my dreams. I am capable, confident, and achieving my dreams. I am capable, confident, and achieving my dreams. Take a mental snapshot of this moment in time, what you see, hear, and how you feel, knowing that you can come back to this anytime, all the time. Start to tune back into the touch and the feel of the breath, the way the body is arranged. Notice where you're seated in your space, what's around you. Slowly externalizing. And gently, as you're ready, blink open the eyes, looking down the tip of the nose. So here's my assignment for you. In the last video, we talked about autosuggestion. Now, adding daily visualization like we just did in the practice. You can come back to this video and listen for guidance, or you can practice on your own. So whatever the goal is that you have formed into a positive affirmation, the process is simple. Relax the body, soften the breath, repeat your affirmation, and visualize it on every level. Notice what you see, hear, and feel. Repeat it every morning when you wake up, every night when you go to sleep, every moment when there's a gap in your day. This is how we reprogram the subconscious mind. And you are so powerful and you can do this. Thanks for joining. In the next video, we'll explore how faith and belief act as the ultimate catalysts for change. You'll discover how to build unwavering belief, activate the law of attraction, and turn your dreams into reality. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.